Hi everyone, in today's video we'll be taking a look at the Apple TV 4K and see if it's the best choice for your TV.
Hey Siri, turn on the Apple TV.
We're going to be unboxing this, setting it up on the TV, seeing a little bit of what you can do with it, and checking out the apps that you can download on it. Let's jump into it. I switched it up. This is my new unboxing knife. This packaging is already going to be dope, I can tell. As anything with Apple, it usually never disappoints. Oh, nice. Okay, so we went with the 32 gig 4K option. This is the 4th generation Apple TV. It also comes in 64 gigs and it comes in non-4K. But being that we have a 4K TV, why the hell wouldn't you get it? So the packaging is nice and it's always very satisfying to open these up because you have the plastics all over everything. Nice. So here you have your remote and here you have the Apple TV. Nice. And then here you have basically the cover all around it. And look at this. Come on! Apple, you did it again! Woo! Let me just check out what's in the box here. So you have your little guide that we're going to completely skip. You have a lightning cable, and the reason for that is this remote actually uses the lightning cable to charge it. I've been using this device for over a year now, actually almost 2 years, and I've had to charge it like 3 times. So it's a ridiculous power into this remote. You basically never have to charge it. This is your power cable for the Apple TV. It's very sleek, very nice design as always. That's what you have in the box. Now let's jump into the Apple TV and see all the ports that you have and see everything that you can do with it. So first things first, you're gonna have your power supply that's gonna plug in right here. You're gonna have your HDMI port and you're gonna have your Ethernet cable that's gonna plug in right here. The previous generation used to have an optical cable input. Optical. Have your optical cable, but this one does not. And you know what, that's fine because I have my sound system and so I'm able to stream all the audio out of the TV and straight into my sound system. This has a nice set of vents here. You can take a look. The box of the Apple TV itself is just beautiful. You have a nice matte black finish on top with the Apple logo and the Apple TV logo actually in gloss. The whole edge is gloss and it's a rounded square, and then you also have the completely matte black and kind of like a satin finish here at the bottom with the Apple logo right there. On the remote itself, you're gonna have your menu button, your home button, you're gonna have here your microphone button, the play and the volume keys, and your trackpad section here. So actually it's not gonna be the arrows anymore like the Gen 3. This is now gonna use a trackpad system, and you're gonna have your lightning port here with your microphone right on top. And here you're gonna have your transmitter to communicate with the TV. So a cool feature that this remote has that the previous generation didn't is that you can actually set the levels of your TV, of your volume of your TV straight from here. And so you can actually control it. So you don't have to switch remotes or toggle with a whole bunch of remotes. This is a cool feature that I use very often. So we're gonna plug this inside the TV, set it up, and see how it performs. Okay, we're gonna go set up the Apple TV. You ready? So this is the first screen that we're prompted to. It's to select the language. I'm gonna use the remote. I didn't have to connect it or anything right out of the box. It works. Then we're gonna select the country. And then here is gonna ask you, this icon will appear when Apple apps or features is asking to use your personal data. Continue. Siri dictation. I'm gonna go ahead and say use Siri so that we have an idea of how that works. Share audio recordings. I don't think so. Right, so it's asking me if I want to set it up with a device or manually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up with a device. That basically means that I'll be using my phone to connect this Apple TV to all the networks without needing to repeat these steps manually. For example, the password doesn't need to be entered for the Wi-Fi network. I'm going to go ahead and do setup with device. Unlock your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch. Connect to a Wi-Fi network. Turn on Bluetooth and hold the device close to the Apple TV. It's that simple. There we go. Now it's prompted, kind of like your AirPods. It just prompts you and says set up. And then it's going to give you a password to authenticate. And now in theory, all of the network settings, everything, that's all been transferred to the Apple TV. So you don't actually need to re-enter them manually. Where is this going to be set up? We're going to put it into the living room. Enable or disable location services. I'm going to go ahead and disable them. And the time zone. So we're going to set this to Montreal time, because that's what we're repping. I love these. These new screensavers are amazing. It used to be just like pictures and like a whole bunch of pictures passing through, like if it was your screensaver of your Windows XP computer. Now this is serious. You have basically aerial screenshots or videos of tons of cities across the world. I'm setting them to automatically download because I want them to change quite often. I love this. This is really cool. Send to Apple, don't send. I'm going to go ahead and don't send. Terms and conditions, sure. Try HDR. This is a HDR TV, so we're going to say try HDR. So we're in. Now, this is the home page of the Apple TV. It can be completely customized based on your need. Do you see how clean and clutter-free this homepage is? So we can go to the App Store, and what we can do is go to Apps and download certain apps that we use frequently. For example, I need Disney Plus, and I need Prime TV. I need Netflix somewhere around there. Where is it? Not there. Okay, so we're gonna search for it. Now, in order to search for it, you can go, it's here, but we're going to search for it nonetheless. You can search for it by just going here letter by letter and entering it, or you can hold the dictation button, the microphone button, and just say what you're looking for. Netflix. Boom. Simple, easy, straight to the point, clean. I'm going to download it right now. You can create folders, so you can press and hold that button, and you can drag it one on top of each other, and now here you have the entertainment folder. And you can obviously rename that to whatever name you want. I'm going to leave it as is. You can take this folder and then drag it to the bar here on top, and so you can have those apps always there. What's pretty cool is when you have all your accounts connected, let's say you're watching Netflix and you're in the home page, it'll actually give you here a selection of Netflix shows, just like here. But in this case, I'm not connecting, so these are not shows that I'm watching. But let's say I'm currently watching this show. I would be able to just press on that and go straight to that episode that I was watching. So I don't have to go through the Netflix platform, select, continue watching, and this and that. So let's say you want to get rid of an application. What you can do is press and hold the button here, the trackpad, onto the application, press options, which is plus play and pause, and you can delete that right there. When I press the volume keys, it automatically changes the volume of my TV, but I don't want that. Actually, I'm using a receiver, so I want to set this remote to control that receiver. We're going to do that right now. We're going to go in remote and devices here, and then we're going to go all the way down to control TV and receivers, on or off, and we're going to go on, volume control, and then we're going to go learn a new device. And that's going to allow us essentially to set this remote for the receiver. So it's asking me to use my remote for my receiver right now. So we're going to go plus, saying volume up. There you go. And then volume down. It successfully learned it. And now I can set this to whatever name I want. So I'm going to set it to receiver. And now it's set to receiver. Setup complete. And so now receiver via IR is set. And if I change the volume, it changes now the receiver and now the TV. So all in all, the Apple TV is very responsive, very easy to use. You can set up your accounts and the Apple TV itself with the Wi-Fi by using an iPhone or an iPad. And it doesn't actually take 10 minutes, 30 minutes. It takes 30 seconds to do so. Another thing that I do enjoy about the Apple TV after having used it for a few years is the fluidity of everything. When you want to switch from an app to the other, basically I could open, let's say Prime TV as well, and double click on the home button, and then I can switch between apps just like I would, let's say, on an iPhone. Then you go back to your menu, and it's that simple. So that's very easy to do. It also automatically connects to your Apple Music. So if you have an Apple Music subscription like I do, well, I'm able to listen to my playlists right on here and have the lyrics on the screen, which is great. So I'm sure I just scratched the surface in terms of what this device can do, but I just wanted to show you the setup process and the ease of navigation. Now, who is this Apple TV device for? Specifically, this 4K one, it's going to be for somebody obviously that's a 4K TV, somebody that wants a media player and that also has everything Apple at home. And the reason for that is you can go with a Fire Stick or with a Roku or any other devices that have media players built in. The thing is, you're not going to have the same navigation feel than you have on the Apple TV, and you're not going to have the ease of connection. The connection is a big deal for me. I want to be able to AirPlay anything onto my TV, and I can do that now. You can't do that with the Fire Stick. You can Mirrorcast, you can Chromecast with the Chromecast, you can do a whole bunch of different features with different devices, but AirPlay is a big deal for me, and I have everything Apple, and I can do that now. Either it's music or video, I can, and it's very easy to use. I think this is the ultimate media player device for anybody that has Apple products. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the section below. And hey, I'll see you next time. Peace!
Hey Siri, turn on the Apple TV.